He was just trying to deliver someone's dinner. That is it, a normal Sunday evening in Dublin. And suddenly he ends up in a hospital bed needing brain surgery because a group of laughing teenagers decided life is some kind of prank show. This is Ireland's Royal Canal Way. Usually calm, families walking, people cycling, but on this particular night, it became the setting for one of the most senseless assaults the city has seen this year. And right in the middle of it is André Oliveira, a Brazilian delivery worker who was simply doing his job, while a group of strangers turned his route into a nightmare. So here is the scene. It is a quiet stretch of the Royal Canal Way in Phibsboro. You have joggers, dog walkers, the usual Dublin soundtrack of bikes and distant traffic. And then you have André Oliveira, early 30s, carrying a delivery bag and minding his own business. No drama, no attitude. Just a guy trying to get someone's food to someone's door. But a little further up the path, there is a group of around 10 people, including teenagers, hanging around like they are waiting for trouble to clock in for its shift. Here is the twist. They are already laughing before anything even happens. Not the friendly kind of laugh, more like the we are up to something stupid laugh. And André is walking straight toward them. As André gets closer, the group closes in like they just remembered they have nothing better to do. There is no warning, no argument, no reason, just pure chaos for absolutely no payout. One of them steps forward holding a piece of wood. Yes, wood, because apparently in 2025, some kids in Dublin think they are living in a medieval side quest. And without saying a single word, they strike him. The rest of the group jumps in, not to help, not to stop it, but to laugh and record the whole thing like they are auditioning for the world's worst content creator competition. They are having the time of their lives, while André collapses to the ground. While André is on the ground trying to protect himself, the group does something that tells you exactly where society is heading. Instead of helping, instead of calling for help, they pull out their phones. They film everything, they laugh louder, they treat a real human being like he is part of some late-night comedy skit. And here is the twist. They are not even hiding it. They are holding their phones up proudly like they think they are about to win an award for most pointless video of the year. Meanwhile, André is bleeding and disoriented, and he has no idea he is seconds away from a medical emergency that is going to change his life. After the group finally runs off, André somehow manages to get back on his feet. He is confused. He is dizzy. He is trying to understand what just happened. A passing cyclist finds him and realizes something is seriously wrong. This is not a simple fall. This is not a small cut. André is struggling to speak and stay upright. Within minutes, he collapses again, this time because he is experiencing a brain bleed he does not even know he has. Emergency services rush him to Beaumont Hospital, where doctors confirm something terrifying. He needs brain surgery right away. At Beaumont Hospital, doctors realize André's condition is worse than anyone expected. The attack caused a brain hemorrhage and he needs immediate surgery to relieve the pressure. This is the part that hits hardest. Minutes earlier, he was cycling along the canal delivering food. Now he is on an operating table because a group of strangers decided to treat him like a joke. While André is in surgery fighting for his life, the very people who filmed the assault are probably checking their phones to see if the video got views. The operation is successful, but the road ahead is long. André wakes up injured, shaken, and unsure of what comes next. When word gets out about what happened, Dublin reacts fast. The story spreads through the Brazilian community first and then across Ireland. People cannot believe that a man delivering food was attacked for sport. Support starts pouring in. Fundraising pages appear. Messages arrive from Brazilians, Irish residents, and people who do not even know André personally. The same city where he was nearly killed by strangers now rallies to help him pay for his recovery. Ireland flips from what is happening on our streets to no, seriously, we look after our own. André remains in hospital, recovering surrounded by a wave of support he never expected. Gardai step in quickly. They review footage from the canal. They talk to witnesses. They search for the group involved. And here's the twist. The attackers made their own job easier by recording the entire thing like it was a highlight reel. In a world where everyone wants to be viral, they basically filmed the evidence for the investigation. Officers confirm they are looking into a group of around 10 young people, including teenagers, connected to the ambush and the robbery. The case becomes one of the most talked about incidents in Dublin that week. And the bigger question starts floating around the city. Where are these kids learning this behavior? Across Dublin, the conversation shifts fast. People stop talking about the weather for 5 minutes and start asking the heavy questions, like, How did we reach a point where a grown man delivering food gets attacked by a pack of teenagers who think they are making entertainment? Residents along the Royal Canal Way say this is not some random isolated shocker. They have noticed groups hanging around the paths at night, shouting at cyclists, blocking runners, and acting like the entire canal is their personal stage. Delivery riders, especially those from Brazil and other immigrant communities, begin sharing their own stories. Stories about being followed. Stories about being pushed off their bikes. Stories about having their bags grabbed while trying to hand over someone's order of noodles. All of it happening in small pockets across the city, mostly after dark. People suddenly realize that delivering food in Dublin has turned into the real-life version of a survival game nobody signed up for. Community groups speak out, local representatives demand action, and online thousands of Irish people express the same frustration. These riders are out here keeping the whole city fed, and somehow they are the ones getting hurt. There is also a deeper cultural question floating in the air. Why are some teenagers acting like this? Is it boredom? Is it social media pressure? Is it the classic nothing to do after school so let's cause chaos problem? Experts point out that filming violent incidents is becoming a trend across different countries, not just Ireland, and that some young people see it as a way to get attention online, which honestly is tragic. Imagine choosing fame and going with recording a man being attacked instead of literally anything else that requires basic intelligence. The Irish public grows increasingly angry. They start calling for more patrols along the canal, more lighting, more protection for delivery workers who keep the city running. People want accountability. They want answers. And above all, they want reassurance that someone delivering a bag of burgers will not be put in the hospital for it. Twist. By the end of the week, it becomes the one topic everyone agrees on. A rare Irish moment where nobody is arguing. Everyone, from locals to immigrants to public officials, is saying the exact same thing. This cannot keep happening. Days after the attack, André is still recovering in hospital. He is bruised, exhausted, and trying to process how a normal delivery run turned into brain surgery at Beaumont Hospital. His life has changed, maybe for weeks, maybe for months, but he is alive, and the support around him keeps growing. Irish residents visit him. Brazilian community members send food, messages, and donations. People who have never met him suddenly care deeply about a man who came here to work and ended up nearly losing everything because of a senseless act. And that is where the story does something unexpected. Ireland as a whole steps up. People choose kindness while the attackers chose chaos. In the end, the only thing that went viral was compassion, not the video the attackers filmed. Their big moment, the one they thought would make them look powerful or hilarious, never became the hit they imagined. Instead, the entire country rallied behind the victim, not the people who tried to humiliate him. André's story becomes a reminder of something pretty simple. Most people in Ireland still believe in looking out for one another. Most people still want decency, safety, and respect. And the loudest message to come out of this whole situation is not fear, it is unity. Because while a few teenagers tried to turn a serious assault into entertainment, the rest of Ireland proved they still know the difference between real life and stupidity. And that is the twist. The attackers wanted attention, but the only people anyone remembers are the ones who helped André stand back up.